Joining us now with more reaction to all of this, Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty. Senator Hagerty, thank you for joining us. First, let's talk about the news of the day. Joe Biden commuting these death penalty sentences down to life without a chance of parole. I feel like there's 4 weeks left. Senator Hagerty, how much more damage and pain and lack of compassion could Joe Biden wreak on this country?
Well, it can't come soon enough. We're praying that the 20th of January comes with no more damage to the nation. Certainly, Joe Biden is doing everything he can to destroy his reputation. His legacy is going to be as the worst president in history of the United States. I think Jimmy Carter, take the title from him now. This is a disgrace. And the rule of law has never been anything to Joe Biden. If you think about the first day in office, collapsing the border, it's just been one consistent thing after the other. The only thing he uses the law for is to weaponize it against his opponents. And otherwise, it seems to have no implication at all for him. This is just yet another disgrace. His son, now this, it's a terrible legacy to leave behind.
And Senator Hagerty, I noted today that President Biden justified his actions in these commutations with words like conscience and principle. And it is reported that he is set to meet with Pope Francis over in Italy at the Vatican. So if President Biden is saying this is out of conscience and principle, how are we supposed to approach the families of these loved ones, these children who were raped and murdered, these mass murders? What signal is this? And I just wanted to ask you, because in addition to being a United States Senator and successful businessman, in between, you were a diplomat. You were the U.S. ambassador to Japan, so you understand the value of diplomacy. What justification would there be for President Biden to say, on the verge of meeting with the Pope, he's acting out of conscience and principle that our country should never again execute anyone on death row?
Well, what he's doing is responding to pressure from the Pope. The Pope doesn't run the United States of America. Joe Biden should be acting in our nation's best interest. That's what he should be doing, not trying to create a talking point and ask for special dispensation from the. I don't know what Joe Biden's motivations are, but I do know that the Pope has spoken in this direction. Joe Biden has decided to do what the Pope wants him to do, but it certainly isn't what I think American families feel is the fair thing to be doing here. It's certainly not a deterrent when this type of thing happens. And frankly, as you said, the families that have been victimized in this way, I don't know how Joe Biden could ever look any of them in the eye and justify what he's just done.
And this must be why America voted for America First, exactly what you're describing. Senator Hagerty,
exactly
instead
right.
of talking about what can happen on day one, week one, month one, as all of us are doing, tell me what would qualify as great success in your view after the first 100 days of this next Trump term. His polling numbers are in the mid-50s. I think they can keep climbing. Sure. What qualifies as success to you? What would have happened in those 100 days?
Well, the first point I'd like to make, Kellyanne, is that success has already begun. The success has already begun. If you look at what's happening around the world, the Europeans are saying, well, maybe we should start buying U.S. LNG right now. The UK has decided, well, maybe we're going to increase our defense budget after all. These sorts of things are happening around the world right now because Donald Trump has been elected. Once he's in office, we're going to see very rapid action. And I think the key components of success early on will be securing our southern border, getting us back into the energy business, and getting America reinvested again. What you'll see is a sense of confidence among business leaders. You've seen it already. The confidence numbers are up among consumers, among small businesses. The NFIB survey was a great result just a couple of weeks ago. A poll of CEOs just last week. Everybody is thinking more positively about the economy and investing in America. So what you'll see is a resurgence of American energy, investment in that sector. The Bidens have tried to absolutely crush that. We're going to see that become a geostrategic tool that we will use to America's advantage, to America's benefit around the world. As our economy moves forward, we're going to strengthen the American dream. We're going to make Americans happy about this country because their wages will begin to outstrip inflation finally. And with security at our border, we're going to see security break out in our cities as well. All of these things can happen. They're all positive, and we need to see it now more than ever. America is ready for this, Kellyanne, and I feel certain in the first 100 days we're going to see significant progress along each of these dimensions.
It certainly feels that way, and they voted for it, giving President Trump a lot of grace and latitude. Senator Bill Hagerty of the great state of Tennessee, thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Kellyanne. Merry Christmas.